The World Baseball Classic has ended. Venezuela are the champions. Team USA in second place. There is a lot to talk about in this. I mean, me and James are going to talk about how awesome the WBC was. This was, I think, without a doubt, the most successful tournament. I think this was the most watched tournament. I think this was the most hyped tournament. This was exactly what they envisioned 20 years ago would hopefully happen. And I'll say I think they might even think they're ahead of the pace here, ahead of the schedule. WBC is a massive success. Before we get going into it, make sure you guys are subscribed to the Windup on YouTube. And also, we've got a podcast feed. Check out the link in the description. We are now live on Spotify. We're live on Apple Podcasts. So if you want to listen to us along, don't forget to watch. Keep watching, but do both. Check us out over there. Give us a rating. Give us a review. It does help boost us up. Shout out to all our members. It's one of my last days here in Miami, James. Went to the game last night. It was phenomenal. It was awesome being there. But give me a little bit of your thoughts from at home watching, what it felt like.
I mean, floor of the mark. At home watching, the whole tournament was surreal. I had people in my life who didn't even watch or take part in baseball in any way, reaching out to me, being like, this tournament's amazing. My roommate, who doesn't watch sports at all, sat down with me last night to watch the last 5 innings of the game. He's like, oh, I can't miss this. I was like, really? And he actually got up, went to the bathroom when Bryce Harper hit the home run, which is the funniest part. But the tournament's sensational. We'll get to the Team USA stuff in a little bit, but so much credit to Venezuela. They played their hearts out, their balls off after losing that game to Dominican Republic, which it kind of is funny that seemed like it was the one team in this tournament they just actually could not beat. They didn't have the firepower for. The way that their bullpen toughed up in every single one of these elimination games, it was phenomenal to watch them. Eduardo Rodriguez having the game of his life. Omar Lopez being an all-time old-school baseball dude, 20 years in the Astros organization, a whole lifetime in the game, and willing this team that is a very good team, but is nowhere close to as star-studded as some of the teams on the top. When we did our tier list ranking them at the beginning, it seemed like USA and DR were a tier ahead. That was kind of like Venezuela and Japan. To slay Japan, then to take down Italy, who was the hottest team in the tournament, and come back win, and then to just completely stun this USA team like that. Just so much credit to that squad over there. It's crazy to watch them.
No, they're a bunch of dogs. And I mean, I think one of the things that we will mention as well when we talk about Team USA is it's not that Venezuela played harder, but it feels like they played harder. It feels like it meant more to the team.
More
Venezuela.
Intensity, more heart.
Yeah, more intensity, more heart. And that's probably not fair to Team USA because I'm sure these guys cared. They all played hard. This is not calling out for dogging or anything, but the way that Venezuela played, there was such a passion that you don't get to see too often in baseball. It's most of the time what you see in the postseason, and you saw it with the Blue Jays, and you saw it with the Dodgers even. You see it with those teams when they're making those runs. These guys go absolutely crazy, and Venezuela was doing that. And then every single time someone had the opportunity to step up, they did. Their bullpen, like you mentioned, Emmanuel De Jesus, I think it was against Japan. I mean, guys I've legitimately never heard of, guys who are not Major League Baseball players, are out getting big outs. Andres Machado, who I think basically got knocked out of Major League Baseball.
I think he'll be back.
I think, yeah, I mean, he's throwing 98 now, so he'll definitely be back. I actually, if he's not on a Major League roster now, it's going to be very soon, unless he's still in an MPB contract, which I think is where he last was. The names that they were pulling out were insane. The guys that were going out there. Daniel Palencia, I mean, me and you have talked about him on this channel before as being a stud.
That's my boy.
I think now he's on the radar very much of every baseball fan as one of the best closers in baseball with absolutely electric stuff. And then, coming out parties for some of the guys even on Venezuela roster that maybe, again, don't get the national shine on the major league level. Wilyer Abreu, awesome tournament. We've talked about how good of a baseball player we think he is. Michael Garcia, playing in Kansas City, quietly was awesome last year. An incredible WBC, won the MVP. This is going to be crazy, but Javier Sanoja stealing that base last night, that won them the game. That was a great decision to pinch run, stealing that base, getting to second base so that Eugenio Suarez could drive him in. That was a huge reason why Venezuela won this game.
I think it was like a screw up on the Fox graphic. I know you were at the game watching, but when he came on to pinch run, it just said Sanoja. It didn't have Javier Sanoja. So I was like, did he change his name? Is he going by Cher now? But Eugenio Suarez had a comment after the game to Ken Rosenthal saying, we're not just teammates, we're family. And I think that was a real embodiment of the difference between watching a lot of these other teams playing the WBC and watching Team USA playing the WBC, which I think is just a function of the way different countries work. When you come from a smaller country, a country that you've gone through more together, it does feel like you all have a little bit more of a kinship than a dude from Florida and a dude from California. Oh, cool, USA, baby, salute. It's just always going to be different. And I think that you felt that watching this tournament, when you watched any of the Latin American countries play, even when you watch Japan or the Asian countries play, it just seemed like a little bit of a different vibe than when Team USA played. It's not really a bad thing, but it's just, and you also kind of sense that when you talk to people in the baseball world or on Twitter, online, when they talk about WBC. If you spoke to the average American about the World Baseball Classic, probably took a week or two of watching the tournament to really get invested into it. When you talk to someone from another country, they were like, I need to win this. Like, it's just, like the discourse around, is the WBC more important than the World Series? Like, who cares? Doesn't matter. But
Yeah, it
just don't know why we're talking about this. It's Derek Jeter brings it up on the pregame show. It's funny, but like, it was very different to watch and interact with these teams than it was to, for some of you guys, maybe as an American, to watch interact with this tournament yourself.
Yeah, the way that it feels is that, and again, like, I'm not saying that the USA has no national pride. I think that's, again, not fair. I think there is a lot of national pride with these guys. But I think to, like, even talk about how you're, like, some guys are from Florida, some from California, like, the distance there is, like, from, like, Venezuela to, like, Peru. Like, that's, like...
So it's like Venezuela, Argentina. Like, it's not even close.
Like, the distance is crazy, but also at the same time, like, for the Venezuelans, for the Dominicans, for the Japanese, for Korea, they... I think carry the national pride a little bit differently, where the MLB guys, I still think at the end of the day, they're worried about, you know, the Major League Baseball season. It's all about that. It's the team that you play for there. And kind of with how we talk about, like, even how a lot of Major League and USA players handle free agency, it's kind of like, all right, who's next? Where are we going? Like, what's up? What's up next? Where a lot of the Latino players, like, again, just to kind of put this all in one big circle here, Latino players are the guys who are signing extensions. The Latino guys are the guys who will stay on these teams now for longer. There's a little more pride in the team that you play for and not just, like, moving on to the next. And for Team Venezuela, Ronald Acuna Jr. acted like this was more important than the World Series. All these guys were acting like it was more important than the World Series. And I think for them, and even talking to my friend Ernie, who's Venezuelan, who I got to go to the game with, he's a Met fan. He's like, winning the World Series, I'd be super happy. It'd be awesome. He goes, but winning the World Baseball Classic, Venezuela being the champions, it means way more to us.
Our other buddy, Carlos, he's Venezuelan as well. He doesn't watch or interact with baseball in any way whatsoever. He was so happy. I think it's just cool. Like, oh, Venezuela just won. Like, wow. Like, Venezuela won.
This is a world championship. That's not actually something you get to say in baseball, like, truthfully.
Sean Spalding, who was posting a lot of great WBC content on Twitter, he had a video that he got from El Diario, which is a news publication in Venezuela, and it was a picture of Venezuelan fans celebrating, like, in a town square in Caracas, and it looked like there were fireworks going off. They was ready to go right after the game.
The fans were unbelievable. They were sick. They were the Venezuelan fans, like, to see the difference between the Venezuelan fans from DR fans, two of the best that we saw at the tournament. It's crazy how different they interact, but also absolutely insane.
I mean, the whole team was crying. I don't know if you could see that on TV. Even the semifinal game on Monday, which is also we'll get back to real baseball in a second, but the fact that Venezuela had to play 2 games in 2 days and they still won this,
crazy.
That's a really bad look for the United States. Ronald Acuna Jr., the entire 9th inning against Italy after they had the big lead, and, like, it felt like they were definitely going to win, he was crying on the field.
Was he really?
On the field during the game. He was using his hat to, like, cover his eyes, but then, like, lock back in for the pitch. Like, Salvador Perez was sobbing after the game last night when they played the national anthem when Venezuela won. Again, different views of this on TV. Salvador Perez was screaming that like he was like Luciano Pavarotti, like in the opera. I was like, these guys are getting deep on this, but it was different. Even the difference of how the 2 closers in this game were handled, where it seemed like we heard that Mason Miller would be available, but now we know it was only going to be in the save situation specifically, which I guess didn't count for a tie game in the 9th inning.
You could blow a save, but just because you couldn't get the physical save in his stat, he wasn't available, which, I mean, Padres do what you want, but, like, that sucked.
And then the flip side of it, apparently the Cubs called Venezuela that day and said, don't use Palencia. I don't want to use him 3 times in 4 days. And apparently Omar Lopez, I'm sure with the backing of Palencia, lobbied. And they said, fine, safe situation only, which is where I guess maybe both those rules were the same. But, like, the fact that they fought for him to pitch in that game, that's crazy. But talk about the fans. Talk about being in that building for these last few games.
I mean, it's electric. The Venezuelan fans, I think they're number 1 on the tier list right now in terms of just insanity. Dominican fans are close number 2, but the Venezuelan fans are so loud. Every time they score a run, beers are flying everywhere, water's flying everywhere, covered in alcohol and water and soda, which is kind of nuts because
you were?
Yeah, absolutely covered. Every single time they score a run, it doesn't matter. They're taking their beers and they're shaking them. They're throwing them all over the place. I'm like, I mean, Lone Depot Park, just to talk about what a ripoff of prices. People complain about like Citi Field and New York prices. Miami prices are out of fucking control. This place is ridiculous. In the stadium, you don't even get a tall boy. You're paying $18 for a Coors Light.
It's
It's
just a beer?
insane for 16 ounce, a little more, 4 extra ounces than a normal can that you'd buy. That's my grandstanding there. But the fans are unbelievable. They are obsessed with baseball. That's the difference too, is that the Venezuelan fans, the Dominican fans, even the Japanese fans who showed up to these games because they had tickets expecting to be in the finals, obsessed with baseball. It felt like even a lot of the USA fans, and I'm sure this is going to kill us in the comment section, the like to dislike ratio, the USA fans feel casual. It feels like we showed up because we heard that USA was here and we had nothing to do on a Tuesday.
But I think that is because of the difference in the way the USA players take this classic versus players from other countries.
1,000,000%. And it's not
follow
every
them.
USA player.
And also, again, one of the all-time Major League Baseball icons, Derek Jeter, does the pregame show. In the pregame show, he poo-poos this championship. Be like, yeah. I mean, again, Again, maybe there's just me as an American. I cannot say the World Baseball Classic is more important than the World Series. I won't. You won't get me to say that.
And
but,
you won't get me to say that either. Like, Team USA winning doesn't mean like the Mets winning the World Series is number one to me. That will be my breakdown cry moment.
But again, that might be the difference. If we were not from this country, we might feel differently. But again, I still can't believe Derek Jeter said that on national television. Still, nevertheless,
promoting the game.
But promoting the literal game, not the game of baseball in general. This actual game. Team USA, another part of this, which is why maybe you and I and possibly some people out there might get killed in the comments for this as well. At times, I found it, I won't say hard to root for this team, but I wasn't exactly heartbroken to watch them lose.
It was like
not even close to the same way I think I felt in 2023 or the country pride I felt 2017. I don't exactly know why that is, but it was just kind of a little bit wet blankety with this team at times. They didn't really play with tons of passion. You felt that when you watched.
The team felt very corporate, and to say it just felt like it felt really boring white guy. Like it felt like Chad. It was just like, oh, like we're here, we're doing our work, we're doing our business. Like it took Bryce Harper hitting a home run in the bottom of the 8th inning for the team to show any sort of emotion in what is the championship game of a tournament that is full of emotion.
I jumped up. I got pumped about that. Like that was too. Fun. Like my natural reaction to that was like, yes.
Yeah, like I stood up. I was like, get the fuck out. Like I wanted Team USA to win, but like that was the first moment it felt like they wanted to win too. Obviously they wanted to win. We know this, but like it's really tough seeing every single other team in the tournament have fun and enjoy themselves and win baseball games, and then seeing Team USA act like they're going into their 9-to-5 job, treating it like it's corporate. This is the one time where you actually get to be like, for what old heads want to call like an idiot, and like do the bat flips and go crazy and have some fun. They were getting hits, getting on base, which were few and far between in the finals, and they get to first base and they're just like, they give like a salute to the bench, where Venezuela gets a hit and they're screaming, they're gyrating and flailing. Like give me some passion, give me some energy.
Well, I mean, some people had some takes about that too, and that's why it's also it felt like, I don't know, it felt like the best end. You guys are gonna kill me. It felt like the best ending to this tournament wasn't going to be the USA winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think that giving a country to people like Venezuela, like like watching the way those players reacted, and Aaron Judge, that whole speech kind of set the tone for this. Like the fact that your leaders for this are guys like Aaron Judge and Bryce Harper, who are amazing players. Well, they're both going to be Hall of Famers, but they are both a little bit more like, just a little bit more, chill about their leadership styles. Like I thought Schwarber was going to be the guy who really was the uniter in this team, like really the guy to loosen things up. Like this Team USA just needed someone to keep them like a little bit looser. Like they needed someone like Pasquantino, who became a superstar in this tournament. Give Espresso's having fun with the guys. Like it was just,
it should be fun. It should be fun.
It was a lot of very straight-laced ball, and like you even have Roman Anthony, one of the youngest players in baseball on this team, and like he's also not like the biggest personality guy. Like I feel like Roman Anthony's only personality trait is that he like gets chicks.
Yeah,
Like Gunnar Henderson, also a young superstar. He wasn't even a regular player on this team, and that was a
him and
choice of the
Marcelo
manager.
Meyer had to no longer be roommates because they're cleaning up so much.
Even like Bobby Wood, a young superstar. On that Kansas City Royals team, they're like one of the most fun day-to-day baseball teams. But it seems like Witt is like an auxiliary fund member, and guys like Pasquantino and Salvador Perez are the guys that are
Michael Garcia.
yeah, like those are the rah clubhouse guys. Like maybe that was a team construction thing with this Team USA where there just wasn't like enough sauce in the middle of it. There wasn't like a class clown enough to like because they felt so tight the whole time. Like it was just like, oh, okay, now we're playing baseball again.
Here's what I'm gonna say is that like and you've played on teams like when you're having fun, it doesn't matter what your personality is. Like
it's also obvious.
Yeah, it's obvious. You break out of that. Like you have the ability to show that you're enjoying the game. Like even Paul Skeens, who is stoic and you hear nothing about, he's posting all over Instagram. They got the final out in that game against the DR and he's on the top bench and he jumped over the thing screaming and fist pumping. Like that guy doesn't show emotion for anything. I don't necessarily know what Paul Skeens likes. I think it's Team USA baseball, but like for him to be one of the most what's the like I don't want to say vivacious, I don't think that's the right one, but like boisterous voices and characters on this roster, like that almost is the problem there.
We also know from baseball teams just in general, watching this game and being part of it as much as we do, that when you have a team that the pitchers are the guys who are like that, it's not really the same. I think it was strangely not the players in his team fault, but there was a weird bit of a dark cloud, the whole Tarek Skubal situation. The fact that he said he was going to leave, and then he backtracked in his decision. And then he came out that he actually was sticking with the original decision, but made a big deal for nothing. And then he kept coming back and forth, and then like stood in front of the guys yesterday when they did the really cringy, dramatic walk in the USA. I believe they were the game-worn jerseys that the hockey team wore. And again, this was a big difference to me too, where I like hockey. I'm not a big hockey guy. I clearly don't like hockey in any way, shape, or form the way I care and feel about baseball. When USA was playing those gold medal games, like I was up early in the morning. I was screaming. I was fist pumping. Like I was losing my mind watching. I was watching those games
like the Four Nations too. Like that was like must watch TV. And granted, the World Baseball Classic is much watch TV, but I wanted to watch Team USA in the Four Nations. I can understand if people wanted to watch everyone but Team USA in the WBC.
100%. That was at times how I felt. I was like, USA, watching USA felt like a job and a chore, and watching every other team in the World Baseball Classic, I couldn't even wait to watch them. It was like I was sitting down at appointment television, where that's how I felt about USA in the Olympics, where it's like it's hard. It was just I really just never got on with this team. And like think about the 2017 team that won. Like a guy like Jim Leland in the middle is the manager. Like that's someone who just loosens the fellas up. Like McCutchen, Adam Jones. Like those are like loosen up guys. Like our boy Daniel Murphy. Like this was a fun squad. Like Buster Posey. Like there was something about that team that felt different to me. This team was definitely better. You're hearing the names I'm reading. But
I'm gonna even say something crazy. Marcus Stroman was fun at that time. Like he was an enjoyable person at that time. He's become insufferable since, but like at that moment, Marcus Stroman was awesome. He was a budding star.
I mean, and again, now looking at this team, it's not even close in comparison to how good this team was at all. Like pulling up the roster. Like, I mean, Paul Goldschmidt was on both teams. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, Paul Goldschmidt should not. I think we also need to talk about, too, like, just. I don't want to dump on Mark DeRosa, but, like, I don't think he should be the manager of Team USA anymore. Also, at the same time, I think the roster construction, as better. This team was awesome. There's no excuse. The absolute failure that they didn't win. I don't think that you can have guys on a roster that aren't going to play or serve any purpose. Like Ernie Clement was a postseason legend, love it. I think there needs to be more of a tool on the bench than Ernie Clement, or you've got to use him at least.
I was gonna flip on you completely. Ernie Clement should have found a way into that game yesterday.
Or you got to use him. Or the fact that Gunnar Henderson's sitting on the bench after hitting a home run in the previous game.
Lefty.
I know Bregman owned Erod. As soon as Erod comes out of the game, you should be looking at any possible way to get Gunnar Henderson in. Not pinch hitting Will Smith for Cal Raleigh, who hit 60 home runs last year. I know Cal Raleigh has stunk it up, but we know baseball. We know baseball. You're as good as your last as you are right now. Cal Raleigh needs to have an at-bat there when Will Smith comes up against the regular. Will Smith swings at a pitch that hits him in the leg. Will Smith never played this bad in his life for the fucking Dodgers. Plays this bad for Team USA. Unbelievable.
There was also a little tiny moment in this game where, and I know there was a hard hit ball in this instance, but Jose Butto came into the game in the 6th inning and won one of the best moves in this entire game in general. He was losing the strike zone very badly against the top of the Team USA order, and Salvador Perez called a timeout and took like 2 minutes on the mound.
It was a great timeout.
Just to let Buto's heart rate come down. And just having a guy like Salvador Perez is great for that. But it was a pinch hit of Pete Crow Armstrong for Byron Buxton. I thought it was a good move to bring in Crow Armstrong anyway, just because PCA's had the best tournament basically anyone on Team USA, and he stung a ball. Yeah, that's something. But that's the kind of guy who you want more so for Team USA.
That's what I'm saying.
A little psychopath, but little teeny tiny piece of this is that Buteau is a changeup first righty. Like we've known from watching him for a long time, this changeup's his best pitch. He wound up throwing a lot of sliders because a lot of righties came in against him. That might have been a thing where the righty in Buxton actually might have had a slight platoon advantage against the changeup first righty. But again, small things like that where it seemed like at points Mark DeRosa may not have been the right guy to be doing this.
Yeah, I think that maybe for my next Team USA, and this is probably going to be a little bit mean, but like I would like a non-MLB Network personality to be running the roster.
Someone with maybe managerial experience.
At the major league level.
Yeah, but there was people in that dugout who had managing experience at the major league level. Like I think Freddie Gonzalez was the general manager, and David Ross was in the dugout on the staff. Like
he was the bullpen guy.
Oh, it was not like there was no one, but
Sean Casey was a hitting coach, another MLB Network guy.
It did just there was just seemed to be a little difference. Like when Steven Venezuela has a mound visit, and you see Johan Santana walk out, you watch Miguel Cabrera sob. I was like, and again. Some points to me, like John Smoltz, like, who would you rather have as a pitcher coach than Johan Santana? And I was like, honestly, probably guys who just wouldn't be like, hey, throw the best changeup of all time. But
but also, look at what he got out of these guys.
Yeah, but it just was. It was I don't know, it was a difference. And also, I think like Garrett Whitlock coming in that game yesterday. Again, Mason Miller seemed to be in a safe situation.
Yeah,
Whitlock didn't have anything. I don't know if you could tell at the game, but like this is a tweet from Red Sox Stats. Threw his 5 slowest fastballs WBC last night. He threw 9 of his 13 slowest from the whole tournament yesterday, and that was across 3 games in 5 days in mid-March. The Red Sox probably like, damn, like you made him blow the game, and he looked terrible.
Well, what was also interesting too is like when they're doing the line at the end, which man, they couldn't have gone any slower, giving Team USA their silver medals, and Rob Manfred pretending like he gives a shit about the players when he's about to lock them out next year. Like it was crazy to see some of the names that were in the bullpen. I'm like, oh. You're in this bullpen? Had no idea. Didn't see it once. Like it felt like we managed this game tight too. Everything about this team was just so tight. It's kind of the antithesis of what this tournament's supposed to be.
I didn't think that anything about the managing the final was that bad. Truthfully,
no, they lost the finals because they didn't.
Yeah,
they just didn't show up.
They played worse. I mean, they were one Bryce Harper swing away from being shut out, and that Bryce Harper home run was sick, but like that was kind of a miracle.
That was it. That was the only thing. And Bryce Harper, up until then, had done nothing. So
it wasn't. I don't know. Like the way to come out of this is that this tournament was sensational, incredible. So much credit to Venezuela. Watching Team USA was not fun or enjoyable.
No, like you kept texting me. You're like, I'm feeling Dominican. Que lo que, papi? Like
it was just more fun. Like
you and Austin Wells.
Like watching this game with like friends here. My girlfriend was like these guys are having fun. Like look at them, like papa, like go crazy out there, like dancing, spinning around, and then watching Team USA. It's like okay, back to work, fellas.
The 2023 World Baseball Classic. I remember a lot more USA chants. This one, granted, there was a lot more Venezuelans than there were Japanese fans at that last one, but like. Because there was no vibes on the field, I think the fans were kind of taken out of it too. Just like, I'm watching Team Venezuela have a fucking blast. Even when they're losing, it's like, oh man, they're wearing their heart on their sleeve. Team USA, it's like, you just tied the game and Bryce Harper, like, kind of went crazy.
Dude, Wilyer Abreu, like, you can't fake the emotion that he showed and those home runs. Like,
helmet off at second base.
When he did the one against Team Italy, it took him 40 seconds to get to first base.
The bat went 100 feet in the air.
And again, like then at the same time, like you have Team USA fans like grandstanding about playing the game the right way. It's like
dorks.
Let's watch this tournament. Why is the one team that plays the game their way the right way? Why, when everyone else plays the game one way, why is this the right way?
And the team that's severely underperformed is the one who plays the game the right way.
Like the takes that were going on about this were just ridiculous. And like then you see Bryce Harper's bat flip when he hit that home run. Great bat flip. Enjoy yourself.
Do it. Yeah.
Have fun. Like, I feel like this team had fun. They would have won, and they didn't have fun.
And also, they would have won, too, if Aaron Judge showed up for a second at the plate. He got his, home run against Brazil, and he said, I'm good. I'm done. The lights are too bright.
He did. The throw against Dominican Republic was a fantastic throw. I think that did light the boys up.
Yes.
I will say that. But in this final, and again, this is now kind of the joke with Aaron Judge, there was some bad called strikes.
I mean, there's just moments where it seems like you can watch him play baseball, and you can watch the Yankees beat, the Chicago White Sox by 10, and Aaron Judge is pretty locked in at the plate. And then as soon as these games really start to get tight, I know he had a good playoff run last year, but as soon as these games start to get really tight and really start to matter, you drop a ball in center field, you take some pitches down the middle, and it's a shell of a player that I am shocked. I thought he was going to turn on at some point.
Dude, this was around the time of the Salvi mound visit. I'm not sure if it was before or just after, but he had Buteau 3-1.
Yeah, and he just took it.
He grooved him a sinker, belt high, that should have been hit 600 feet.
Yeah.
And he just didn't even, I don't know, I have no idea.
I think he did that weird, half the check swing. It's you're in between right now?
I just don't know what you're looking for if you're Aaron Judge and you get a 3-1 pitch middle in. I have no clue what else could possibly be on your agenda in that situation right there. Like in a game where your team's losing and time's running out. Felt tight. Schwarber, bad game, felt tight. I don't know why these guys had no fun and also felt tight. I wish you just watched a team like Italy or Venezuela or Dominican Republic, and when Shohei hit that home run in the first inning against Venezuela, they were talking about that in the broadcast. It was I think it was Joe Davis, because he watches. He's a play-by-play guy for the Dodgers. He's like, I've never seen Shohei Ohtani show that much emotion ever.
No shot, yeah.
He was losing his mind, screaming at the guys, telling guys to get up. It seemed like everyone had fun except Team USA in this tournament.
Yep, and I think that's kind of how we're going to end this, is that WBC was awesome. WBC was so much fun. I think literally every single person involved watching fan that experienced WBC had fun, except for Team USA. And I think that's something that they got to look in the mirror, because while they made it to the finals again, who cares? A silver medal in WBC, nobody cares about. You need to win it all. And it just, I think, unfortunately, that's probably the actual emotion that I'm getting from what Team USA just did, is they're a little bit it sucks that we lost, this hurt, but now it's on to the Major League Baseball season.
Yeah, for most of these guys. And again, the Tarek Skubal thing was kind of the biggest story around that. No blame to him whatsoever, but just the way that became the biggest story for this team is all right, whatever.
The non-shaking hands thing, which again, Australia I think needs a little chip on their shoulder of show a little dog action, but Cal Raleigh or Rosario is your teammate, man. It was just weird. It was so weird.
William Contreras, Fernando Tatis hug for 9 seconds.
Yeah, they basically kissed on the field.
Yeah.
They have
Latino.
Yeah, they have no correlation to each other. Your actual teammates "What's up, Cal?" and you don't give it to him. It's that right there. Honestly, that's when we should have known that we were doomed. Way too tight. Fucking give him a fist bump. This is cool what you guys are doing, and I think that's what they missed. This is cool. You should be excited. You should be proud to play
cool.
here. It doesn't need to be Team USA acted like the fucking Soviets on the Miracle on Ice. It felt like they were the bad guys.
It did feel like we were the bad guys. That's why, again, I watched the tournament and I wasn't heartbroken that we lost.
I was damn, it sucks we lost. But
2023, I was pissed at the end of that game.
Yes, well,
the way it ended.
But that was also sick.
It was sick.
That's so cool.
I was this is super cool, but I was damn, we should have won that. I think that was ours. This one, I was you know what? I didn't think that was ours.
No, Venezuela won that game.
100%.
Yeah.
Again, I guess this would be the closing thought. The fact that we went ahead and they took that momentum, smacked it away.
We tied.
But then we took all the momentum.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, sorry, I went ahead and misspoke. But the fact that right there, bang, come back. That was so impressive by them. And also, I'm sure every single Major League Baseball executive, owner, head coach is thank God we didn't go to extra innings.
Thank God, yeah.
Thank God.
Also, shout out Nolan McLean. People were giving him crap on Twitter. He gave up 2 runs in 5 innings. So did Paul Skeens.
Nolan McLean threw an 87-mile-an-hour frisbee sweeper. It looked absolutely disgusting. And he I don't know, it was just a home run. Again, 4-seam fastball home run. Seems like for Will Smith, why'd you keep calling that pitch?
Yeah. As guys who've watched Nolan McLean pitch, not his pitch.
Francisco Alvarez. We'll see. We'll keep that one.
Venezuelan.
I wish he was on this team.
And he would have been awesome. But you know what? I'm also happy because I want him to stay healthy.
Yeah.
WBC is over. We'd love to know your guys' opinions down in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the Windup for more baseball content. We're also over on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. So make sure you follow us, give us a rating. You can follow James on social media at
James Schiano.
And I'm GiraffeNeckMarc. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.